Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It may be hard to find a running lane today. The Pats are top 10 in rush yards allowed, and they're going up against the Dolphins team that will need to figure out how much it can count on the run.
Larry, we are about an hour's drive southwest of downtown Boston in the area known as Patriot Place, Gillette Stadium, here in Foxborough. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. They go play action here on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of...
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Sheldon Richardson breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Coming in carrying the losing streak, not the start that they were looking for. 3 and out on the opening drive.
So now everyone's looking at each other. And what I mean by that is, who's going to make the right play? Who's going to get us out of the doldrums? Who's going to get us out of this funk that they're in right now? They've got to find someone who will make a play, create a play, and get their confidence moving in the right direction.
Play fake here on first down. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that? Who
are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
To throw on second down. Flynn. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on third down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Looking to throw. Flynn. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, a guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Off the play fake. Flynn going for it all. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Parkey's kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So not exactly jubilation over on that visiting sideline, but at least a high 5 or 2 for their kicker as he gets them the first points of the night here on the opening drive.
And 3 points are not to be underestimated. You're on the road, under the lights, national TV audience. You want to come out and look good, and that's a good start right there.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Knight. That is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They'll go option to the short side. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Play action. Knight. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, That route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Knight. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sheldon Richardson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Off the play fake. Knight. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now a handoff as they run left side. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Flynn. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back near the 48-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And now here's a carry heading left. Room to run inside the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Back to throw. Flynn. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now they'll run it on the toss. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. In motion comes the tight end left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
I can't say that I was really in love with the play call there. A draw in that situation, I know it's a risk-reward call. If it works, he walks in. But otherwise, you're bringing up a really tough 4th down situation.
And Parkey's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So that scores now on their first 2 possessions, but it's 6-0. Probably not the kind of scores they were hoping for.
No, not at all, but I think that they've shown that they can have some success against this defense. So they'll go back to the sideline knowing the points are going to be there for the taking.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Raekwon McMillan coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. Off play action. Knight. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. New England on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
No, check, Patriot. Hurry up, here we go.
From the gun, Knight. Right, and that's complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. Off the play fake. Knight trying to lay one up deep. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's second down.
Here we go. Leopard!
Back to the air on second down. Knight. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. Charles Harris in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Going up top. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So they tie it on the last play of the second quarter. Now the PAT will give them the lead.
Yeah, and how about that extra little jolt that they'll feel when the ball goes through the post? Carry that to the locker room with them and feel like, okay, we've got something good going here now, guys.
So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 60 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they don't.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Charles Harris in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And to give this time to the tailback. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on third down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
New England on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun. Knight. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. So now here come the Dolphins. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
8 yards to go here on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Flynn. Being chased out left. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw on third down. Flynn. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Given 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, ball may come your way.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Throwing again. Flynn. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The Dolphins on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Flynn. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A big 30-yard play on third.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people who want to hit you. But the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath. And when you catch it just right, as we just saw there, the end result can be a big, big play.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And that'll bring up second down. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. To throw again. Flynn. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun. Flynn. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots coming out now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
All right, here we go.
To throw on second down, Knight. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Throwing on third and long. Knight letting one go deep here for Gronk. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Brad Wing now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And where did this one go out? Now they'll start with good field position, 45-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now they try the right side here. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Back now in Foxborough. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Looking to throw on second down. Flynn firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Green 39! Green 39!
From the gun on third down. Flynn. Now he's forced out left. He may try and run for this. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th.
Here we go!
Ball spotted at the 4. It's second and goal. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. they're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Back to throw. Flynn. Flush to his right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And Parkey's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
Going to take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Looking to throw. Knight. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Shift together here from the D-line. To throw on 2nd down. Flynn. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Off play action. Flynn. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st and 10, Flynn. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Dolphins on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go. Green 39.
Off the play fake. Flynn. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And Parkey's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Back to the Philly. Here we go. Let's go. Detroit. Detroit.
On first down, Knight. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Watch it now, Barney.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are
you.